Gap, he when Kanye and the Gap were at war and shit, they partnered with Dapper Dan for the Dap collection, and niggas completely forgot everything.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm not a fan of Gucci. My wife is. I'm not really. But you know, she's a woman, so her sensibilities with things are very different. You know, as it is with women. But yeah, this is cool. I got hip to this guy a couple of months ago. His name is Tremaine Emery, and this sweater is from his clothing line called Denim Tears. And he's the former creative director of Supreme. He worked with Kanye, and he also worked with Virgil as well. So you know, I made this. I made up my mind to do, as I'm getting old and I'm getting more interested in fashion stuff. I'm trying to look more internally, if you will, about the things that I like and things that matter to me in terms of fashion. And then I'm also trying to stick a bit more I'm not there yet, but I'm trying to wear more of stuff that's coming out of our community, you know, or is a representation of our community too. So one of the things that I've also been getting on too is Negro League stuff, which I absolutely love. So I've been buying a lot of stuff from this company called Ebbets Field Flannels, which they do a really, really good job at creating authentic replicas of Negro League jerseys from back in the day, obviously. So I'm really, really, really into that stuff a lot. But yeah, man, that's what this is. Now, I don't know if these things are on here. I kind of want to think I think they're cotton, but I don't know what they're called. But this style is very very much his, and it's sort of his calling card, if you will, out of the many things that he makes. You know what I mean? So yeah,
that's like the signature, kind of the signature style.
Yeah. He has a couple of other things. Some of them are really loud to me. I don't, you know, like those type of things. But yeah,
we'll leave a link. We'll leave a link in the comments, man. For his
yeah, definitely.
I want to check it out, man, because I like that loud shit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I got my Robert Graham, man. I love Robert Graham, man. Like he does a lot of artwork on his clothing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Fabric, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That fly shit, man. I like that fly shit now, man. As I get older.
Yeah. You know, listen, our interests are definitely evolving, and I think perhaps in some ways they're getting a bit more mature, or they might also be simplifying. You know what I mean? So I definitely like things that speak to me and things that are significant and they mean something, and they have a message. So I think the brand message for his clothing line is African diaspora clothing or something like that. So yeah,
cool.
Yeah,
that's fire, man. I was just going down memory lane, man, with the listening to Wu-Tang, man, and
yeah.
I know y'all remember the clothes, but the song Footwear, right? You know what I'm saying? I think it was on the High School High soundtrack, man, back in the day, man. But it was so dope, man. They they basically named all of the relevant hip hop centric sort of designers at the time.
Yeah.
So many of them outside of outside of FUBU, outside of Fat Farm, I don't believe was a thing at the time. But like Shabazz Brothers, like I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, those sorts of joints, man. Outside of a couple of black designers, man, like hip hop really for the longest was a celebration of other people's, clothing or whatever. Like we just put style onto it.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to say now that you have black designers that legitimately are on all levels.
Yeah.
There was a point that if you wanted like high fashion, couture, sort
Yeah.
of bespoke cut, like you had to go to the Europeans for that. But
yeah,
now you have black designers that have done that as well. Because I never was a fan of. I've always been super pro black as far as like what I buy and what I represent.
yeah.
But I wasn't really a fan of a lot of the urban style, sort of clothing.
I can
So
dig
it kind
it. Yeah.
of put me in the box. But thankfully, we're past that phase, and whatever it is, whatever your style is, you can kind of pick your poison with a black designer, and you
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a lot of great people and great designers, young and middle aged, that are doing some wonderful things in our community. And listen, as long as the stuff is reasonable, right, in terms of pricing, then I'm happy to support. But some of the things, people just price things high because they think they can. You know what I mean? And I don't care.
Balenciaga.
Yeah. But even from our communities, Ian, and I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? Definitely not doing that.
My thing is like I will pay more for quality, right?
Yeah.
I'll pay more, if this cotton, if it's Egyptian cotton, say, you know what I mean, or if it's silk from a worm, you know what I mean, found in one part of like the Maldives or something like that. But I'm not gonna pay just because you put your logo on something, man. Like
exactly.
That's where like the Balenciagas and Gucci was doing it to a great extent, man. Like you have things that like cost them 18 cents to make, and they'll put a $2,000 price tag on it.
Yeah.
I mean, and because it says Balenciaga, or because it says whatever, what I mean, like, and that's just not the way to go. I've never been a label guy. I've always been a quality guy.
Right.
But I still like low.
Yeah. No, I do. I definitely do. Although I have to. We have a mall here in Houston, a real famous mall here in Houston that all the rappers talk about. It's called La Galleria Mall. And my wife and I, we were in it on Monday. Went out to Noble for dinner for our anniversary, right? And after we're done, we're just walking around the mall a little bit, walking back to the parking lot. And she wants to stop in a couple of stores, so we do that. And then she's like, "Oh," she said, "There's the Polo store. You want to go in there?" And I'm like, I was kind of getting ready to go in. I was like, "Nah, I'm good," because the thing for me with Polo is that the stuff that appeals to me is the stuff from yesterday. You know what I mean? And now I don't really see much of it. And occasionally what they'll do is they'll do these sort of limited runs on older things.
The 90s shit that we seen.
Yeah, the 90s stuff that we liked, that brought us to the brand. But they do those in such short runs that you can't catch it, right? Because the truth is that I've always wanted a for lack of a better term, I've always wanted the Chief Head, stuff from the Chief Head series, whether it be the bubble coat or whatever, or I've also wanted the Snow Beach, right? Like everybody wanted a Snow Beach pullover.
That shit is a lot right now.
Yeah, exactly. And they re-released them a couple of years back, but they did such a short run, and even at that short run, each piece was like over $1,000. Like, it's like, I'm paying that shit. That's absurd,
So, I mean, Ray did it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He definitely did it. So,
did it. But I shop at DXL. So like, for years I just wore sweats. You know what I mean? Sweatshirts, sweatpants, Timbs.
Yeah,
that was it. I'm getting older. I'm like, man, like, and literally, I was listening to Kevin Samuels and stuff like that, and he was saying like how men dress like kids and kids dress like men. Women get their kids to dress like grown men, and it doesn't match. And I was like, damn, that shit makes a lot of fucking sense.
It does make a lot of sense, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? Let me start dressing on my grown shit. And it definitely empowered me to, like, you know what I'm saying, start dressing more grown. I wear because I used to clown Z because he used to have like lime. We did a shoot for my Serious Rules and Neglects.
Okay.
And I couldn't get past the lime green socks that he had on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was laying on the ground dead.
Yeah.
Lime green socks and shit.
Yeah.
And I clown him forever. I clown him today.
To this day.
You know what I mean? To this day.
To this day.
To this day. And but he was always fly. He was always fly.
Like, yeah. I could tell that about this.
Anything African or Love Jones. Jones.
I definitely get those vibes from Z. I definitely
get nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it fits him right. He comes through royalty every fucking time he goes somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I search for them lime green socks. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I know it's somewhere if it's pink or something, but it matches the brown. You know what I'm saying? His essence of black.
And here's the thing too. Here's the thing. If you a person that, like, if you wear a dark outfit or an outfit that's a bit darker in color, or the colors are neutral and they might be a little bit darker, it behooves you to wear something that is the complete contrast
accent color
of that, right? Because it's gonna make the outfit pop.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And then depending on what complexion you are, right? If you wear a certain color, it's gonna just set it off, like, you know what I mean? And people just think that just dressing is to just dress, and that's cool. Like, you know, listen, there's a very fundamental purpose that clothing plays. But when you're out in the world and you're carrying yourself as a professional, you're going to work every day, or you might just be going out with your lady to chop it up or whatever.
Yeah, don't matter.
Listen, the way you dress, you know, speaks a lot to, you know, it says a lot about you. You know what I mean? So that's a fact.
So like it definitely and me being like a chocolate brother, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I started dressing more lighter because my clothing was gray, blue, and black.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Close to Brooklyn is like, you know what I'm saying, ice out gray, whatever like that, you know. But now I'm wearing out here wearing, like, you know what I'm saying, fuchsia and shit. You know what I'm saying? Purple, and you know, and it looks good on me. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm dark skinned, so it really makes me pop out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now I'm into, like, you know what I'm saying, the boot game and stuff, you know what I'm saying, and having the sexy, like, grown man boots and shit, and I go out and stuff, and you know,
yeah.
I mean, I get attention, you know what I'm saying? My wife be like that I get attention, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's cool, man. So I'm like that sex symbol, you know what I'm saying? Avocado Jones. So that was the Avocado Jones level, you know?
Yeah. It's important that we dress our age. You know what I mean? Man. It's important that we dress our age. Let me tell you this. Like, I really enjoy Birkenstocks. That's just my thing. I like wearing Birkenstocks, right? But on the sneaker side, I'm just a tried and true Air Force One guy, right? And the reason how I got to be such a tried and true Air Force One guy is I'm not big on going to the malls, right? So Air Force Ones are the only shoes that I can buy, or the only sneakers that I can buy that I know are gonna fit, and I don't have to try them on, right? So over the years, I've amassed quite a few pairs of Air Force Ones, but I got to a point where I started wearing Birkenstocks more, and I like they're very comfortable, right? So I had went like several months without wearing a pair of Air Force Ones, and a couple of weeks ago I put a pair on. I'm like, these shits are not comfortable anymore. These are not comfortable anymore. So
Tim's ain't comfortable.
Yeah. You know, I'm like, yo, what? You know, so now I'm thinking, like, I got all these Air Force Ones. What am I gonna do with them? And then I've even tried to give them to my kids, and they, you know, they're like, you know, I'm like, y'all bugging. But yeah, man. So you know, we evolve past, you know, with past our clothing interests as well. You know, we mature.
D, I don't know if I ever told you this story, man, but I believe you were there, man. the story of why I don't wear slippers or slides. I mean, I was at this spot, man, that an associate of ours owned in Muskegon, man, called the Spotlight, and a fight broke out.
Okay.
Right, and there were, it was like a one level sort of club, but like it was like a stage sort of setup where you could like kind of look down on things.
Okay.
But yeah, so we were at this spot, man, Muskegon, man. It's the Spotlight. It's a now defunct club, man. It was owned by an associate of ours, and they had like, it was like a general like section or whatever, and then there was a side that was elevated, almost like a stage, but it was some tables and things like that up there, man. So I was up there with the brother that owned it and a couple of our partners, man, and a fight broke out, and we had like a bird's eye view of the whole situation, man. And about 5 or 6 people got to really like scrapping or whatever, man. I saw this dude. I remember the punch and shit, man, because he pulled it back from like way back here. You know what I'm saying? His hand was shaking. Man. He cocked that boy back and hit this dude in his jaw, and the brother flew back. And I just remember seeing one Nike slide fly to one side of the club and another Nike slide fly to the other side of the club, man. And at that point, you know what I'm saying?
That brother clear out his shoes.
Maturity is like, the data that you gain through like, your experiences, you know what I'm saying? So like, that was the day that I matured to the point that I said, I'm never going to wear slides or sandals in public in a non-beach sort of situation, because if I ever got to spring into action and shit, man, so you got to have your base, man. And that brother did not have his base. When I tell you he was laying there, like he got knocked out good, man. And he was laying there for about 15 minutes, like after everything, man. I don't know if he ever recovered his slides or whatever. I know that's what all the daily walkers are worried about, man. But yeah, I can't do the sandals just for that reason. I like
Yeah, so I never did. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. So Z, let me say this. I agree with you totally.
Mm-hmm.
The Birkenstocks that I wear, they're not the slippers, they're the clogs.
Okay.
Yeah. And not that really makes much of a difference in this
type
of
situation. Yeah, you got a little more grip. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. But I love the Birkenstock clogs, man. That's my shit. Go ahead. Doc is like, nope.
Just steer clear of whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, let me tell you, you talking about something that'll you can't do this up in Michigan because the temperatures don't fit it. But let me tell you something. You want to get some attention? Put some camouflage shorts on, right? Wear one of your low shirts, right? And then some wool socks and some leather Birkenstock clogs. I'm telling you.
Yo, bro, I ain't never fuck with Crocs. I ain't gonna never fuck with Crocs.
Let me say this though.
I gotta tell you, right? Not clocks.
It's a big difference, dude. Birkenstocks are the elevated luxury version of Crocs. So Crocs, while you spending $60 on a pair of Crocs, you spending $225, $250 on a pair of Birkenstocks.
For what?
But they meld to your feet though in a certain way. Like everybody's Birkenstocks. So this is what. So I sold these joints at the Buckle for a minute. I don't even know if the Buckle still exists. Storing them up. But Birkenstocks conform to the wearer's feet, so they don't feel the same when you first put them on. They feel like they have a certain stiffness or whatever. But when you keep wearing them or whatever, like they become like your own shoes. So they are extremely comfortable or whatever, and like you really do get what you pay for with them.
Great shoe. Great. Try it out. Try it out.
No, I'm never gonna try it out. Fuck out of here, bro. I'm from Brooklyn, son. You know what I'm saying? I do some shit I don't do, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I
Brooklyn card on you, D. What's up with that, man?
I guess I'm not from Brooklyn, Z, right?
You're from Brooklyn, bro. You're originally from Brooklyn, man. You born and raised.
Yo, when I go back home, guess what I got?
Back home with your Birkenstocks on?
When I'm walking down Pennsylvania Avenue, guess what I got on my feet?
No, you don't.
Birkenstocks.
Back at the crib?
I was home 2 months ago. Walking right up Pennsylvania. Huh?
You older now.
That's real.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you would not be caught dead in no Birkenstocks.
No, of course
at
not. Back
19
then,
D.
nah.
You're right. But your Birkenstocks from back in the days was your Hirachis, bro.
You're right. That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
They said Buckshot was wearing Birkenstocks when all that melee happened.
That's the fuck happens. You don't wear Birkenstocks in Brooklyn, man. That shit don't
Shout
matter.
out to Buckshot. I'm sorry, dog. That wasn't funny.
Hey, he knew better if he did. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, yo, it's hard. Like, for me to change up to wear boots. You know what I'm saying? Like some nice good shoe.
Yeah.
You know, just to go out and stuff like that. Like that's a big transition for me. Like when it comes to sneakers, I wear Brooks. You know what I mean?
Right. Those are
I
good.
like
Those are very good.
They're really comfortable.
And you talking about shoes that sneakers, athletic footwear that's not cheap, but you get what you pay for with Brooks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Brooks aren't sneakers though. We can't call Brooks sneakers. I'm not
going to call it. They walking shoes, ain't they?
Walking shoes aren't sneakers.
Well, okay, I ain't trying to run.
I was, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, D referred to, I'm just, okay. That's cool.
They look like sneakers to me. I mean, I imagine they feel like sneakers, right?
Yeah, they feel just like sneakers. And you just, a nice, comfortable walk. That's the farthest I'll go. You know what I'm saying?
I've heard though that the on cloud ones are really good too, though.
I don't know. I feel like I'm on cloud wearing them. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the joints. Yeah, I had a pair of them. I had a pair of those. Like when they first came out. Like this is probably 3 years ago that I had a pair of those. And I wore them as gym shoes, and they were cool. They were cool. Yeah. They had a little bounce to them, man. But I don't know. I shoe wise, yeah, I keep it. I keep it pretty. I keep it pretty neutral, man. Like everything has to match the earth tones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have some Doc Martens. They're not comfortable. I have a pair of Timberlands. They're not comfortable.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but yeah, it's.
Yeah, but I like the Doc Martens on you though.
Yeah, Doc. Yeah,
that's you. Fine. That's your style. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I like that shit.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I thought about it. I said, nah, I can't wear that shit. If I'm buy some Timbs, if I'm gonna wear that shit. Well, I wear Timbs with orthotics though.
Okay. Well, I mean, listen, you gotta put orthotics in any shoe wear that you're wearing, especially if the orthotics are prescribed for you. You have to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I get it.
Yeah, I go to Dr. Scholl's and measure it out and see the right one that I need to wear, and I'm good to go. Because when I went to the walking company, remember the walking company in the mall, Z?
I remember that. Yeah.
I went there to go try to really figure it out because I was having like a heel spur because I was wearing my Timbs loosely. I mean, the laces, you know what I'm saying? It was open. It was straight Brooklyn.
How long ago was this?
This was like 99, 2000.
Oh, so this is a long time ago. Okay.
And I was like in pain. I'm at work wearing Timbs, you know what I'm saying? I'm just hitting. So I seen this soldier, and he works at the job. He worked at Myers. Is like how Kroger's is out there, is Myers out here, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. This guy, I used to always speak to him when I went to go cash my check, and he was like, "Man," I said, "Man, what's wrong?" I said, "Man, I got a heel spur." I said, "Well, look how you wear your shoes." I said, "What you mean?" You know what I'm saying? I never was talked to about how to, like, you know what I'm saying, secure your arches and stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
And he said he was in the military, so he had to like wear it like in a certain way. Because back in the day, I used to wear my shit real tight just in case I had to fight. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That was the mentality that I had, you know what I'm saying, when I wear my sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But like Tim's, I always kept it loose.
Yeah.
Because that's how hip hop promoted it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, y'all. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is the Daily Walk. This is Aki Bang, Didi Turner, the Reverend Brother Pastor Deacon Dr. Jasper. Excuse me, the Reverend Brother Pastor Deacon Dr. Jasper. I'm fucking it up. The Reverend Brother Pastor Deacon Dr. Jasper. We out of this motherfucker.
You got it.